Hey there, Aquarius. Welcome to your reading for the week of May 9th. This week, we are just going to jump right in here, Aquarius, and see what is going on for you at this time. And that's going to be that. I have a feeling this, I don't know. I've been doing this for like 2 weeks now where I put the deck out upside down. Why? I have no clue. But the entire deck is upside down. It's not, these are not meant to be reversals. But let's see here. And let's see what's going on for you. You start off with this chaos and conflict card. This is something that I feel like you've been experiencing for, if it wants to focus, for a little bit of time here. And it feels like your personal life to me, especially because, well, you have the world here in your first row. And the world is kind of like your entire world. Everything that has happened in your life, or everything that is happening in your life. So I kind of get the feeling that some of you have been experiencing chaos in like multiple areas of your life. The thing about this card is it's kind of like a card of shedding your skin. You can see that there's like a zebra or something, if it wants to focus there. But it's kind of like losing its skin. Whatever, I give up. And, it's turning into a zebra underneath. So I feel a lot of you are kind of going through this skin shedding. You have the Ace of Pentacles, the World, and the Eight of Pentacles. I like this quite a bit. This, this whole entire reading gives me the vibes that there was a success in the past, in the recent past, or maybe over the past couple years. Ace of Pentacles is like a very solid opportunity, something that you've been taking care of as well. The Ace of Pentacles could be a relationship, it could be a business, whatever, but it's really just something like that you see as an opportunity that you have nurtured. I feel like there's been a loss though. There's been some disappointments. Ace of Pentacles, Three of Swords to the Five of Swords, and you even have the Tower over here. Again, I wouldn't say this is a bad thing. Because you have the World over here, and then the Fool over here. In the tarot, we go from the Fool to the World, and then we start over as the Fool again. And I've been seeing this a lot. I've never in my whole entire time of reading have I seen the Fool and the World coming up so frequently. And again, I feel like this is a good thing because it's like we're starting new cycles. We're always going to experience disappointments in life, but I feel like this is a positive new cycle that you're starting. I do feel like a past cycle needs to be kind of like closed out, so to speak. Even the World is a card of completion. So it kind of says that something needs to come to an end, something needs to be completed so that you can move forward in life, so that you can find progress and all those other things. You have the Eight of Pentacles here. This is like a lot of work that you have done. I feel that pretty much for everyone that would be, I'm thinking that I'm going to do like a video on this, by the way, probably on my other channel. It just doesn't make much sense for this channel. Kind of does, but, I kind of want to do a video on people connecting skills. Let's put it that way. It's like, what I mean by that is if you're working on something, like a project, a business, or a career, there's a lot of benefits in saying like, okay, this skill connects to another skill, or this skill that I have could potentially be used for like another business or something like that. And again, I think I'm making it sound more complicated than it actually is. But I think if I gather my thoughts and do a video on it, it'll be far more beneficial. But I would just be thinking, I always use the example of marketing because, that's where I come from. But it's like, I can use my marketing skills for YouTube. I can use them to promote myself and all that other stuff. I can use them for other businesses as well. So if you have like a skill, the Eight of Pentacles to me is like saying, let me just back up a little bit. Sorry, I don't want to make this confusing, but what I feel like this reading is saying is it's almost like saying that you're only seeing your skills in one way. And I feel like there's like so many other outcomes that could potentially happen here. And that's what I feel like you need to open up to with the Eight of Pentacles. Pretty interesting. You have the Blessed card. I love this. I definitely feel there are blessings coming in for you with this energy. I don't understand this, but anyway, I feel like there are blessings that are coming in for you. I'm not going to try to get it to focus. And I feel like these blessings are kind of coming in financially for a lot of you. I feel it's been a little bit more unpredictable as far as your finances are concerned, and things are becoming more predictable is what I'm getting with this energy. You have the Six of Wands, the Three of Swords, and the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Wands is a card of success and abundance, and it's a card of excellence, being good at something. And for some reason, I thought you had the Three of Pentacles. You don't, but The Three of Pentacles is also very similar. It's like a card of, excellence. It's a card really of doing things to a high degree of accuracy. It's a card of, doing a good job, basically. And that's popping into my head here. There's something that you're very good at with the Six of Wands. This is also a card of like having been on a long journey and trying to kind of get your nectar, so to speak, trying to find, there's a hummingbird on here. And again, to me, this is probably like one of the best. Let's see if I do this. Of course not. This is probably one of the best, Six of Wands that exists right here. This one with the hummingbird on it. Because the hummingbird totem meaning is like going on a long journey and getting a reward. Six of Wands is very similar. The guy on the Six of Wands, he's been to war. He has been, through something very difficult, and now he's being cheered on. So I kind of feel that for you, where maybe you haven't been to war, but I feel like you've been through the war of life, And I just feel this tower, the tower over here is really saying that you've been going through, I think the tower, by the way, is like the entire reading, if that makes sense. I do past, present, future. I use a loose spread, and but I feel like it's kind of saying there have been multiple tower situations. You have the Three of Swords. I do feel for some of you that there is a heartbreak that you are thinking about, by the way. I feel this is kind of like one situation. Some of you could be thinking about a past heartbreak, especially going to the Five of Swords here. It's kind of interesting. The guy in the back here, if it's going to focus, I'll show you, but he kind of looks like a shadow. And why am I so focused on that? I don't know why I'm so focused on that. I feel like there's something that's still like in your presence is what I feel like saying. Those are the words that are popping into my head. This could be a person who's still in your energy field. So again, if you're trying to move past a person, I would definitely do some, cord cutting or, whatever exercises you want to do. And, we have another eclipse at the end of the month, and it might be a good time for you to kind of do like a ritual or something along those lines to cut something out of your life, especially if it's like a person from the past that you're trying to get rid of. For others, I feel like a cycle needs to be closed out here. We can close out cycles by cutting out a person, or we can close out a cycle by committing to a person, right? Because then, if you're not committed to a person that you want to be committed to, and you commit to them, you're like closing out the cycle. I'm kind of getting, take it how it resonates, is what I'm going to say here, whatever. Next, you have the Six of Pentacles. I love 2 6s. You have 2 6s in this row here. And 2 6s to me says you're going in the right direction. You're on the right path, even if it doesn't seem like it. So I feel for a lot of you that you are going in the right direction with this energy. And again, we're going to clarify in just a second. We're going to figure out what's going on. At the end here, you have both these cards want to come out. You have the Swan Spirit. It says time for a deep dive. And you have this Giraffe. It says see the big picture. So I feel for a lot of you that there could be like a lot of benefits in backing up, especially, I kind of feel that some of you have spent enough time in introspection with the Swan card. The Swan dips its head underwater and it's kind of like diving into its emotions. I feel like you've spent enough time there. I feel like it's time to move to the Giraffe. I feel like it's time to kind of like zoom out and see everything that's going on in your life. You have the Tower, the Fool, and the Five of Swords. This is a choke point, is what this is. I know exactly what this is, Aquarius. The Fool is saying it is time for you to take a leap of faith towards something else. I would be looking at everything that's the same in your life. I would be looking at, everything that's going on in your life, everything that you've been experiencing and saying, are things exactly the same, or have things changed, or are things different? Have things been different, or are they getting different? If the answer is no, then I feel the Fool is saying it's time to take a leap of faith towards something that you know that you want. I feel like I've said that to you before. You have the Tower. For some of you, I feel that you need to allow a Tower moment to happen. Again, the Tower, whatever, hopefully you can see it from this far away, but the Tower is falling because the people inside the Tower have been ignoring reality. They are refusing to see things for how they actually are, so the Tower falls. As I've been saying, pretty much every single person has been getting the Tower lately. I do feel that we are going to see multiple collective Tower moments. To me, it's just a sign of the times. I don't think it's a bad thing either. I feel like it's a good thing. There's a lot of stuff in the astrology that will be exposing truth and all sorts of stuff. So I think we're living in exciting times for sure. And we're kind of like at the very beginning, I feel, of that. But we're going to see some truths and things like that being revealed. And That's why I feel like the tower's coming up. But in this chaos, I feel like there is like a lot of opportunity here to be very successful. Again, we need people to be stable, not freaking out about everything that's going to happen, right? So if you are a guiding light for other people, which Aquarius, the star card, literally a guiding light, then you are going to be very successful in any area of your life that you wish to be. So I encourage people to be a guiding light at this time and to be stable, thoughtful, logical, doing things that you want to do regardless of what's going on in the world, making your own decisions, because if you do that, then you're going to be helping people. You're going to be, making people stop freaking out, right? And that's what needs to go on here on a kind of like on a personal level. I mean, on a collective level for you, Aquarius. You also have the Five of Swords. Again, this is something from the past that I feel like you're thinking about, some sort of separation. For some of you, I feel like it could have to do with family, like I said at the beginning of the reading, or like a bigger picture situation, not just like one little, past bozo from the past, like a past relationship. It could just be a family situation or something, but let's clarify this and see what's going on for you. Make sure, 1111, by the way, make sure to drop a like on this video. Really appreciate all the likes and support, but let's see here. Really helps me out, Aquarius. With the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Knight of Swords. I feel like the Knight of Swords is something that was rushed. I don't know. If you're thinking of a past relationship, I feel like, and if you still have a person in your energy field, meaning you're talking to the person, you're dealing with them, whatever, could be a fellow air sign, by the way. I feel like the timing just wasn't right. Something is changing here where the timing could be right. Again, I'm not a big fan of going back to exes, but if it's right, it's right, is what I'll say there. With the World card, you have the Emperor. I kind of like this. I feel this energy on a very deep level, that really the Emperor, I feel, is more, again, your energy to the collective. It's like the energy that you're giving off to the people around you. And the Emperor is like someone who has a plan. Again, I feel like people need examples more than ever right now. I've definitely talked about this. You've probably heard me talking about this. The Emperor, he's like a man with a plan. And again, we don't have to attach gender to this. That's not what I'm trying to do. But what I would say is, if you're a person with a plan, like I would stick to the plan and follow it, whatever feels good to you, because again, you're going to be an example for other people. And that's just going to create like a bunch of good karma and all this other stuff for you in your life, and you're going to be helping other people, and raising the vibration, which I feel like people need to be doing right now. With the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Ten of Pentacles. Are you kidding me? This is like success coming in for you. I get sorry, it's just not going to, whatever. It's not going to focus, but I get the feeling of kind of like an investment. Some of you could literally be an investment. For others, I don't really feel like it's an investment. I feel it's more kind of like you invested time into something like a business or even a person, and now you're getting the return from the investment, if that makes sense, where it's like you're getting what you wanted out of a situation. So I really like that. And by the way, this could be a completely different situation. What I mean by that is like maybe you invested a bunch of energy into a relationship. Maybe the person did you dirty or left you or something like that. And I feel like you're getting a future relationship where all your energy is coming back to you, if that makes sense. It's almost like, I wouldn't really call it a gift from the universe, but I would say it's a return of energy where you invested very heavily into something in the past, and maybe you're starting something new. But again, I feel like you're kind of getting everything back, which is really nice. With the Six of Wands, you have the Three of Swords. That Three of Swords kind of came up in reverse there. I don't know if you saw that, but the Three of Swords is a heartbreak and a separation. In the reverse, it is the opposite, obviously. You have the Three of Swords twice here. I do feel like there's like a lot of energy that needs to be removed from the heart. That is your own heart, and those swords are stabbing into your heart. Really, it's a card of forgiveness, and it's about forgiving the past. It doesn't say you have to forgive the person directly, but it does say, forgiving what has been done to you is probably the best thing you can do here with the Three of Swords. I feel like forgiveness, again, people always leave me comments and say like, oh, this person was a narcissist or whatever. And I always like to remind people, if you're having a hard time forgiving those people, you just need to realize that, again, a narcissist is just a bad person if they're truly a narcissist. Or, if someone did something dirty to you, it's like, that's who they are. It's like, they no amount of your feelings is going to make them feel bad, which is what I like to remind people. It's like sometimes I think we like to hold anger because we want them to feel something, but if they're a narcissist, they're not going to. So it's just much easier to forgive, move on, and let the universe take care of it. With the Three of Swords here, you have the Hierophant. This was definitely a learning lesson. I'm getting the word maturity popping into my head here, Aquarius. So again, if there was a heartbreak in the past where something didn't work out, I'm not saying you were immature. I'm just saying that the maturity that was needed wasn't there. And, we all have to learn things. Again, this is not a criticism, as I always say to you, Aquarius, like in every single reading. But, again, sometimes I think we just have to learn those things, like maturity. With the Six of Pentacles, you have the Eight of Cups, walking away from things that no longer serve you. I feel like you're kind of seeing, the Six of Pentacles, traditionally, there's the guy with the balance on the Six of Pentacles. I feel like you need to, I'm not telling you what to do here, and again, I don't think tarot should tell you what to do. I think tarot is loose guidance at best, as I always say. But, to me, this is like saying, I feel like you need to look at situations, all situations. I feel like there are situations that are fulfilling, and there are clearly situations that are just stealing energy, that are kind of making you feel terrible. And I really feel it's time to start investing your energy into the things that return energy to you, whatever that is. And, I feel like this could be difficult because what's popping into my head is there could be situations, like again, involving family, the world, your entire world, that seem important, that seem like they need your time, effort, and attention. But really, I feel like they don't. With the Tower, you have the Ace of Pentacles. Love it. This is like I wouldn't really call this a rebirth, but I just feel it's a new opportunity that's kind of entering into your life. So I feel like there are just new opportunities coming in for you. With the Fool, you have the Fool. Basically, the universe saying I meant what I said. I really feel it's super important that you kind of go through this squeeze point in your life. And I feel like this squeeze, it's like there's a squeeze point. That's the best way I can describe it. What is a squeeze point? I think a good example of a squeeze point, I always use the example, my brother and I, a few years ago, we moved to Seattle. We didn't really have the money to move to Seattle, but it's like we made it work. We kind of had the money, we kind of didn't, It was very touch and go. This is, giving me that type of energy where it's like maybe you kind of want, I don't even think it has to be that dramatic. It's like maybe you kind of want to start a business and you kind of don't. But I feel if you look at your fears, that they're more just fears of failure, not like legitimate fears, right? So I kind of feel that squeeze point energy. I hope that makes sense. With the Five of Swords, you have the Tower. So this is a heavy, something needs to come to an end. I feel like a Tower moment is unavoidable, right? And, sometimes I think that happens in life. And again, I always say, to me, the Tower has to happen. It's like the Tower falling. The Tower is something that needs to fall in the first place. The Tower is something that needs to be released. So I feel like something needs to be released here so that you can have a better life. And I also feel your energy going into things that return energy to you is going to be very, very important. I almost feel like I'm very focused, which is a word that I've been using for the past 2 weeks. It keeps coming up in the readings. I feel like I'm very focused on a Three of Swords, a heartbreak that could be happening in your life. I'm not saying don't focus on the heartbreak, but what I am saying is give it just a little bit less energy and something else a little bit more energy. I feel like it's going to lift you out of the situation. It's like I think we sometimes get into these, well, trust me, I'm a Pisces. I am a chronic worrier, right? But I always like to remind myself, I've got to draw my focus somewhere else. I can't just sit around and worry all day. It does nothing. It's not taking action. So I feel like it's okay to, pay attention if you have a situation going on in your life, involving whatever. But at the same time, I feel like just dribbling a little bit of focus somewhere else to something that is working, like a business, or maybe you have a successful family or whatever it is, doesn't matter. I feel like just dribbling it over to something, just a little bit more, 1% more each day is really going to allow you to pull yourself out of a mess if you're having one. For others, though, for pretty much all of you, I do feel that there is a return of energy basically happening here. This is like you're receiving treasure, or you're receiving, a lump sum. I'm not saying it's going to be money, but it could be because of work that you've done in the past. So it's almost like something that, this work that you did in the past is coming back to reward you or something like that. I like this. This looks good. So thank you for being here, Aquarius. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.